Loves. This is Erica J. Holston, Coach Honey Love. Welcome to the Honey Love Dating Academy YouTube channel. I'm so excited that you are here. This is a place where single women of faith are able to get dating tips and strategies in order for them to date a marriage-minded man in hopes that you will be able to meet, date, and marry your future husband. So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the Honey Love Dating Academy channel in order for you to get those dating tips. So, today we are going to talk about 5 ways to stop attracting the wrong kind of men. This is like one of the number one challenges that I help with single ladies because sometimes they share with me they are dating men who don't know how to communicate, men who are not emotionally available, men who don't come up to their dating standards. And so this is going to be a 5-step process that I want to teach you. So if you are not taking notes, I'm going to ask you to grab a notepad, grab a pen, grab your favorite snack and drink, and let's have a little bit of girl chat when it comes to you having some dating success. So, tip number one is you have to ask yourself, what is the common thread of the men that are attracting to you? I remember when I was coaching a woman and she was telling me how she was attracting men who are not emotionally available. And so, as we were talking and I was getting to learn more about her story, it came out that in some areas she wasn't making herself emotionally available. So it wasn't that she didn't have any emotions, but she had lacked vulnerability. She had lacked transparency. So maybe for yourself, you know that you want love, you know that you want compatibility, you know you want what God wants for you. You want to date a marriage-minded kind of man, but when it comes to dating, maybe you are attracting men who are not emotionally available. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that he is a bad person. All it means is that there's an opportunity for you to self-reflect. So if you were to look back at the men who you are attracting in your life, like what is the one common thread? Now, as you look at that one common thread, ask yourself, like, is there anything that you are giving off to attract those type of men? So, for example, the example that I gave is men who are not emotionally available. And like I said, I was coaching a woman and she was saying that she doesn't show up very emotionally. She shows up in a masculine way and she is not as feminine. And so I had encouraged her to do some self-discovery to ask yourself, like, well, why are you not able to be vulnerable or transparent? And so when it comes to dating a man, he needs to know that, you will be able to listen to him, encourage him, affirm him on an emotional, mental, and spiritual level, especially if you want to date a man of God. So look at that pattern and ask yourself, is there any inner work that you can do within? And that can help you to start when you get healed, when you are able to resolve that. You may be able to see a difference in the type of men that are attracting to you. Tip number two is, girl, where are you meeting these men? I mean, I remember talking to a lady and she had said, like, girl, meeting men at the clubs is not it. And I'm just like, girl, I understand. I mean, when you are young and you are dating men and maybe, you go out to the clubs. Maybe you previously went out to the clubs and you had noticed that the type of men that are in the clubs or the type of men of where you are going, those type of men are coming to you because they are physically attracted to you. So I'm going to ask you, like, do you need to change the scenery of where you are going? Because I like to kid and joke a little bit to say, your husband, your future husband, is not going to knock on your door and say, here I am, will you marry me? It's not going to happen like that. Like, you have to get out of the house. If you are in a certain environment, you may need to change where you are going in order to attract marriage-minded type of men. And so for myself, when I was a single woman, I hung around people who were family oriented, career oriented, goal driven. They had good character, good morals, and some of them loved God, but some of them, just had good character. And so for myself, my husband and I, we met at a mutual friend's house. And, he had all of those things. And so the apple didn't fall far from the tree. So if you are able to hang around a like-minded type of people and get yourself out of your comfort zone and start to put yourself in certain environments in order for you to increase your chances of your husband, marriage minded men, to attract you, to start dating you, and hopefully you will get a suitor that can turn into your future husband. Okay. And so, number three is, let's talk about it. Like, girl, what is your self-talk like? Okay? Like, are you downing yourself? Are you hopeless? Are you burnt out? Like, how do you talk about yourself to yourself when it comes to dating marriage-minded type of men? So, if you're down on yourself and your self-talk just looks like all the good men are taken, every man that I'm meeting, he's not the one. Those are a couple of examples of self-talk, of self-sabotage that you don't need in your life. Like, I remember when I was a single woman, before I would walk out the door, I would pray and I would say, today is a new opportunity for me to meet my future husband. Like, I filled myself up with hope. I filled myself up having faith in God, right? And I really started to look at my self talk, like how I talk about myself, either while I'm talking to other people, while I was in the car, or in my own home. So, your self-talk, it does matter, okay? So if you're self-sabotaging your self-talk, honey, I'm gonna ask you, okay, to get rid of that negative talk and start talking about yourself, the type of interactions that you want to have with a marriage-minded kind of man. And to say to yourself, today is a new opportunity, okay, for me to meet my future husband. Or I meet, I will meet a marriage minded kind of man. It's like you are affirming yourself, you are affirming your dating experiences, and you already know that life and death are in the power of the tongue. So you have to be really careful about the self talk that you have with yourself. And, when I was in a situationship for 4.5 years, like I was really down on myself. I had kind of lost hope there for a little bit. But when I rekindled my relationship with God, I had to do a lot of praying. I had to do a lot of soul searching. And I had to evaluate what really mattered to me. And so the things that I saw that were wrong, the places where I did not believe, I had to do that inner work, and you cannot bypass that work. Like, I'm telling you, if you have the courage, if you have the faith in God, that He will give you the strength to do it, honey, He is going to give you that strength. So, be careful of the self talk that you have. Start building yourself up and know that your ex, your previous relationship, nuh-uh. Like that is not going to be the definition of your future dating experience or your future marriage. Okay? Yeah. All right. So, number 4 is going to be, I kind of said it, but I kind of didn't. Okay? Like, you're going to have to get rid of those unlimited beliefs. Okay? So, I remember again when I was in my previous relationship, you know, there were some times where I had believed a man wouldn't be able to love me. I felt unlovable. You believe that? I felt unlovable. And God restored that for me. God healed my heart. And so when I was working on myself, I had noticed that how that would come up every once in a while. And so I had to check myself and I had to take that thought captive by saying, no, 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 I cannot have that unlimited belief. So I'm going to encourage you to write down 10, 10 limited beliefs that you have about yourself. 10 limited beliefs, and to go from limited to beliefs to having great faith, to go from limited beliefs to having unlimited beliefs that anything is possible through Jesus. Okay? So that's tip number 4. Now, tip number 5, this one was a little hard for me when I first started this. Hmm. If I'm honest, right? So I remember there was one time when I couldn't even look myself in a mirror. You believe that? I couldn't even look myself in the mirror. And I started to do the mirror exercise because I had felt like if I want a man to love me for who I am, I got to get to know me. Right? I have to be able to look myself in a mirror. Okay. And so I started the looking myself in the mirror exercise and affirming myself by saying things like, I am lovable. God loves me. My future husband will find me, and different things like that. So being able to look myself in the mirror really helped me to affirm myself, right? And so these 5 steps that I have given you are some of the 5 steps that I have done When I was a single woman, I'm happily married. I've been married for 12 years to my loving husband, Mr. Holston. So when I went through these 5 steps, it really helped my confidence, right? And not only did it help my confidence, when I looked at the type of men that were attracting to me, the low quality men, I had to ask myself, okay, this is happening too much. What do I need to do in order to give off that these type of men can be comfortable to approach me? Okay. So when I had changed, some of the things that how I appeared emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically, and I did the inner work, I had noticed that I had went from attracting low quality men to higher quality men to meeting my future husband. So I was in a 4.5 year relationship that didn't lead anywhere. That was a dead end. Let's be real. I went on a 3 year healing transformational journey with the Lord. And then within an intentional year and a half, I met my future husband, right? And it didn't take long. So I know that this works. Now, your time frame may not look like mine or may not look like some of the ladies in the Honey Love Dating Academy or some of the ladies who have graduated from the Honey Love Dating Academy. So you can come into the Honey Love Dating Academy if you are looking for a community in order for you to be supported, gain clarity, and be encouraged on your dating journey. I have helped single women go from dating low quality men to higher quality men, and they have found so much encouragement to know that they are not alone. So, if you are looking for a community to get confidence, to have dating strategies and tools, for you to experience a community to have girl talk, like I'm going to encourage you to join the Honey Love Dating Academy today. So click on the link in order for you to be able to join. We meet twice a month, and I almost guarantee that you will not regret it. So again, my name is Erica J. Holston, Coach Honey Love, and I'm going to go ahead and welcome you into the official Honey Love Dating Academy today. Take care.